Morning, folks. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School, back out here at the Pathfinder Outfitters Kitchen. Today, we're going to make some pumpkin bread. Stay with me and we'll get started on this seasonal favorite. All right, let's start with our dry ingredients. We need a cup and a half of sugar. There's a half cup. Cup and a half cup measurements here. About a cup and a quarter of flour. Everything else is pretty easy to remember. We need 1 teaspoon. This is kind of chunky. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And then for that, we're going to need 2 eggs and 8 ounces of pumpkin. And this is just canned pumpkin. You could make pumpkin puree if you wanted to in a food mill that we've done before with our blackberries. You could do the same thing with pumpkin. We're just going to use a canned pumpkin here. Now, one thing I always go back to, this pastry cutter, we're not cutting in any butter or anything in it right now, but we are getting rid of some chunks. We're in an outdoor environment. Salt sticks together, flour sticks together, especially things like baking soda. Those things stick together in clumps, and sugar. So by using this pastry cutter, we can get rid of all those chunks, at the same time mixing all of our dry ingredients together. So that thing is a gotta have it in an outdoor kitchen for sure. All right, to the dry ingredients, we're gonna mix 1/3 cup of water, 1/4 cup of olive oil. All right, along with our water and oil now, 2 eggs. We want a full cup of this pumpkin. So we'll just kind of scoop it out of the can here. We'll pack it in tight to a 1 cup measurement here. We'll scrape that out and put it in. We'll get 1 more half cup measurement here stuffed full. And a small can like this is not going to be a whole lot more than that to begin with. You're not going to have a whole lot more left in there when you're done. And if you got a little bit extra, don't sweat that for sure. All right, once we get everything in the bowl, it's time to create a batter. So we're going to mix all of this together really good. And it should look a little bit like pancake batter when you're done. It's about the thickness you want. Okay, we've got a Bayou Classics cast iron loaf pan here. And we're just going to pour this bad boy right in. And we want that loaf pan to be half to a little more full. That's about what we're going to get out of this. Okay, we got a new setup we're using today. We've got a Bayou Classic 10-quart Dutch oven here. We've got a standoff rack in this bad boy, and we have our thermometer in there. Once we get this up to temperature, about 400 degrees, we're going to put our loaf pan right there. drop the lid on, and baking that dude for about an hour. So we're at about the 45-minute mark here. And I usually check my temperature about every 15 minutes. I can see that shaking when I pull that lid off, so I know it's not done yet. We're still sitting at right at 350. When I think it's done, I'll just punch a meat thermometer down in there and pull it out and see if that meat thermometer is wet or dry. That's just an easy multifunctional thing I can use to check breads and things like that. But right now I know it's not done because I can still see it jiggling, and we're still rising a little bit too. So we'll go ahead and put the lid back on that dude. We're still about 20 minutes early from the hour anyway. So get that back on, keep that heat in there, let it rock and roll. I had to laugh. I came over to check this thing. It's almost up on the hour, and it swelled up so much that it hit the top of the lid of this Dutch oven, swelling up in that pan. So again, be careful with that. It still looks damp in here though, where the top tore off of it. So I'm pretty sure that it's not done yet. It's going to be a few more minutes. I need to turn my heat, bump my heat up just a shade. I'm at about 325 in there. I'm going to kind of go in from the side here. You can see that's dry. That's dry. And that's dry. That's coming out just a little bit flaky on there, and I'm okay with that. But this right here is still moist. So we still got some to cook here right at the top middle of this bad boy before we're going to be finished up. Then we'll be ready to rock and roll. So we'll give her about 10 more minutes, see what happens here. All right, I think we're getting close now here. Pull this lid off, see where we're at. Yep, we're getting close now. Might still be just a little bit moist in the middle. I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes. We're sitting right at that 350 mark. I'll give her 10 more minutes and then we'll get her out of there. All right, so a moment of truth here. We see what we got. Look at that, roll right out. No sticking. Okay, that looks real good. Everything looks perfect. All that's left now is to cut her open and see what we got. All right, got some homemade butter here. Some apple cider. Let's get us a knife and cut this dude open and see what we got. Man, look at that. No, I want that heel for sure. Man, oh man. Get some. Yeah, that's good butter. Get some butter on this dude. Oh man, look at that. Man, oh man. That looks awesome. Dude to the side for a minute here. That butter melt down on there real good. See what we got. Oh man. Oh man, that's good. Woo-wee. For sure. Golly, look at that. Man, that thing is good. I think it's perfect. Man, I cannot even tell you how good that pumpkin bread is. Oh my gosh. Good glass apple cider, some homemade butter. Don't get any better than that. Woo-wee. That's good. Listen, folks, I appreciate you joining me out here today for this video on how to make pumpkin bread. We used some new cast iron. We used a new stove here that we got from Bayou Classics. Our good friends at Bayou Classic have provided us with some stuff for cooking in our outdoor kitchen and as well as on the road and our roving camps. But we got the new patio burner going on here with 3 burners on it. We've got a couple griddles for it we'll be using down the line here, and this large Dutch oven that we were able to put a standoff plate in with this beautiful bread pan, also made by Bayou Classics. I'll tell you what, this is a great recipe. Give this a shot around the holidays. You will not be sorry, I promise you. Golly. Guys, I appreciate your views. I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, for our business, all our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. And I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.